Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three. And we're going in three, two. Alright, we're starting it off, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Hallmark Highlight Podcast. I am your host, Josh, and today is another great episode. Kicking off the fall season with a movie called Falling for You. It's ironically, I think it's tying the season and the verb falling. No, well, falling for you, is that like if you're falling in love with someone that's not actually physically falling? Would that be still a noun or a verb? I don't know. English wasn't my best subject during the school years. Anyways, Falling for You is where you can get the best parts of a argument about what's the difference between a bake sale and a bake off, and all kinds of good stuff, because they got it all in this one. And they say, what is... So essentially it begins with the standard formula of two people, guy and a girl. This time the lady's name is Lacey, and the guy's name is Zac, and they're played by Taylor Cole and Tyler Hynes. And they're both in quite a few Hallmark movies this movie was made back in 2018. So I think about 2 or 3 weeks or so from now, I'm gonna dive into a very that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna be diving into a evolution of Hallmark movies. I believe that they all really jump started probably about 2004 or 5, somewhere in there, and then took off from there. And there's been you watch the movies back then to now, and you'll see a huge a difference of what they're doing with these movies and the actual storylines and character developments, all kinds of stuff. There's so many elements of cinematography that you'll see in the difference. Grab a movie from 2005 or 6 and grab a movie from today, or even grab one in the middle, 2015, and then today. You'll see 3 totally different types of movies. It's interesting. Anyways, so this one's is going to be a little town, and Lacey is a local radio station DJ, and it's in New England, I guess. It doesn't really specify what's the name of the town, but it's a New England town. Lots of decorations, lots of fall influence on it, and it's really good. But the thing was that the town had to do a budget cut, and it was unfortunately going to have to cut off this radio station to save money. Well, little did we know that it was Zac Malone, who's played by Tyler Hynes, who's a businessman. He writes software. He's visiting the town to the town bought a new payroll software, and that caused the town to cut budgets, which this had to be part of. That was the radio show, so that's part of the character development there. And so Lacey decides to have a bake off at the Harvest Festival, but it's actually a bachelor a bachelor bake off contest to raise money for the radio station. And it starts off with Zac coming into town, and he getting coffee, kind of a scuffle between coffee or dark or black tea, I think it was called, but and they get a little quarrel about that, and she's trying to sell him on the baking thing, buying tickets, and this is where the part comes in about the difference between a bake off and a bake sale. He asked, "What's the difference?" She said there is a difference. He doesn't see it. They're they do their thing. Anyways, so throughout the time they are they he's working on the software with the townspeople, and Lacey has this bachelor bake off every year, but the star bachelor gets hooked up, so he gets a girlfriend and he can't bake anymore. So she has a dilemma. She needs one more spot filled, so why not the new guy, Zac Malone, coming in for the rescue, saving it, but he's stubborn about it. He doesn't know how to bake. He doesn't know. He's busy with his work. It doesn't have time for this. But she eventually helps him out with it. With the she helps him with baking. He helps her by like helping. He builds confidence in the guy. There's a guy that's kind of taken over Lacey's spot in DJing, probably down the road, but he doesn't have the confidence or the know-how. He builds that for him to help her out. So they kind of working with each other, helping each other out. Bada bing, bada boom. They end up like kind of like rekindling the spirit, or like they're liking each other. This isn't one of those ones where they met way back when. They weren't high school buddies or anything like that. They just met at the town during this 2-week time frame of the movie, and it was pretty fun. And yeah, so they go to the bake off, and like the bake off is coming up, and of course the Zac has this call from a big client he's trying to get that's gonna make or break his career, and of course he gets a call the night before the bake off thing happens, and then she's like, oh, well, I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. It'll kind of leave me in a dilemma, but I'm okay with it. She says she's okay with it. Is she okay with it? I don't think so. I think she's downright upset about it, and she's also going to kind of hide it. Maybe, I don't know. Probably not. Probably overthinking it. Anyways, so they go. He's like, well, you want the small town life because that's what you like. She's like, I can look for other things. And then he's like, but I gotta get this client. I'll be back. She's like, no, don't worry about it, man. If this isn't gonna work, it's not gonna work. That's okay. We can let bygones be good bygones, and thank you for all your help and everything you've done. Anyways, the thing, the Harvest Festival Bachelor Bake Off comes up. They all bake, and of course, the winners are there's like, of course, the town local moms that make everything work inside the town with the baking and everything like that. They help out, and then all of a sudden they're about 90%. They gauge the amount of money they need to make to save the radio station on this peach pie chart, and sure enough, it's down to 90. They get it. The top 3 people are donating enough to get to about 90% is covered. If they need a little bit more, and sure enough, they said, and one more donation, and the winner of the pie contest, and that is Zac. And she's like, I thought he was gonna, like, all of a sudden, and that's when it chimes up with the music, and then boom, it hits us with a fun little snippet of them two talking, and like how he woke up and he realized that she's the one, and she feels the same way, and they end up kissing and liking each other, and doing all that stuff. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. I went right out of the gate with this one to give it that fun awesomeness that we need to get it going and help out. Just get the fall spirit going. So that's why I picked this movie. Couple of behind the scenes on it. It was filmed in British Columbia, Squamish, British Columbia. Um, but it looks like, I guess it has a really good essence of what fall in New England looks like at the time of filming. And yeah, that's really about it. There's a lot of themes and messages about communities and togetherness, uh, with the importance of community support and coming together for a common cause, coming out with the radio station. Personal growth between Lacey and Zac. They both are experiencing personal growth as they help each other out, step out of their comfort zone, and also uh, having new challenges with each other. And then that love and connection is brought together with them too, like learning each other and really kind of growing with each other in these unexpected places and circumstances. Woo! Anyways, that's a mouthful. Please check it out, you guys. You guys probably get like Hallmark Plus. Um, yeah, I could definitely give it like this time of year. It's a great way to kind of get yourself in the fall mood. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this show. And until next time, have a good week.